A championship season, bringing the gold to the mountains.
Welcome into this WYMT Sports special production, a championship season, bringing the gold to the mountains.
Yeah, throughout the show, we will spotlight the three coverage area teams and their mission to bring home a state championship to the mountains.
That's right. Fun fact here, Belfry, Pulaski County, and Williamsburg all share something in common. Can you figure out what it is? There's something special about the three teams who represented the coverage area in the state this season. They were the exact same three from the previous year. Let's take a look at their state games in the last 2 years. For the first time ever, not one, not two, but the exact same three teams from the mountains found their way to the state title game for back-to-back seasons. Williamsburg starts us off. For the first time ever last season, the Yellow Jackets represented the mountains in the state title game, taking on powerhouse Mayfield. But a tough ending to a memorable season made the fight to get back this season all the more remarkable.
Not going to be starry-eyed. You know, we went a couple times last year. I was calling a play, and I look at my quarterback, Dalton, and he's just got a look where he's looking up the scoreboard and stuff, and it's a big moment. It was bigger than all of us.
Making their fifth straight championship game appearance, the best word to describe Belfry all season was young. But the youth of the Pirates is what pushed them toward back-to-back state titles, and the fourth one in the school's history.
Well, this group, they said they wanted to be the repeat guys, and they wanted to beat Central. So it was a big accomplishment for them.
First-time jitters got the best of Pulaski County last season, but this year would prove to be different. The Maroons stared down Graves County in the pouring rain, but even that couldn't stop the momentum. PC rode straight to the top of Class 5A for the first time ever.
We've played so many big games in rain and mud. Our kids just seem to do a good job in it, and we're proud of all our kids and proud of Pulaski County, and just a great win for our school.
3 teams in 2 seasons, 3 state titles, and countless memories. What a ride. Well, coming up next, we begin our team-by-team coverage beginning in Pond Creek.
Head coach Philip Haywood and the Belfry Pirates returning home with yet another state title. Well, they did it. The Belfry Pirates not only won their 4th football state championship, but they beat a team they had never beat. The Pirates finally conquered the mountain that was the Louisville Central Yellow Jackets. The Belfry Pirates were young entering the 2014 season.
So the question was would they develop fast enough? Or are they going to make sophomore mistakes that kill us, you might say, you know, those kind of things.
But boy, did they grow up quickly.
So we lived through our mistakes, and we went through a lot of adversity with injuries, and just, I mean, it's been a heck of a year, you know, just getting through the regular season. But we kind of hit our stride in the playoffs, and we started playing some pretty good football down the stretch.
Following their 35-0 loss to end the regular season, the Pirates were on a mission to end their season in Bowling Green, and they would. But awaiting their arrival were the Yellow Jackets of Louisville Central.
We've lost every way possible to Central. You know, they got us good 2010, 11, 12. They beat us, you know, last second stuff.
They had been a nemesis of ours. We had lost some heartbreakers to them between the overtime game and the Hail Mary that beat us. It was tough.
Belfry had had its season end 4 times at the hands of Central, but this time would be different, and the Pirates proved that on their opening drive.
And we felt like that really just kind of set the tone for the game. You know, to finally get a lead, we wanted to get a lead, and we hadn't told our kids that. but not playing for behind. Just kind of put a little more pressure on Louisville Central.
76 yards on 3 plays in just 1 minute 14 seconds, and the Pirates would never look back.
But this year it was more about Central. It was as much about them as it was a state championship. We had to beat them.
A 14-7 final score secured Belfry its 4th state championship, but maybe none as special as this one.
I think beating Louisville Central, because we want our kids, I don't feel like we have a confidence issue with them, but just for our community and our kids to know that they can compete and beat Louisville schools, that was probably more satisfying than anything.
You get emails and calls and texts from, old guys and your friends, and I'd tell them, I'd say, hey, if we beat Central, I can die. So, that's the way I felt.
Now with this year's title, Belfry now has 4 state championships in its history.
And if history has shown us something, predicting the next 2 titles should be easy.
Right. The Pirates won back-to-back championships in 2003 and 2004, and then again in 2013 and 2014. So it's almost a foregone conclusion that Belfry will win state championships in 2013 and 2014, or excuse me, 2023 and 2024, right?
I don't know how many of us will still be around for that, but hopefully we won't have to wait that long.
Yeah, we're shooting for it. We're shooting for it. We're shooting for next year. Yeah.
Oh, let's not go that far. I said I don't know if I can even hobble out there in 10 more years. So let's like I like to say, let's take it 1 year at a time. And we'll give our kids a little break here. I don't know if Coach Tackett's giving them a break or not. I heard today that he said, "Hey, boys, it's back to work for us," and that's his philosophy. One day at a time. We're going to get stronger. We'll get quicker. Those kind of things. No, let's not plan on a decade. Let's just get out there. We'll try to get a little better next year.
Defense wins championships could not be more true for Belfry.
Consecutive shutouts in state championship games.
But for the Pirates, it was, well, just business as usual.
It is a great accomplishment and something we're very proud of, and something we take great pride in is our defense.
That's Workman running it, but he's dangerous. He has a seam. Bryce Workman, the junior quarterback, will not be caught.
The Belfry Pirates ended the 2014 regular season by allowing a season-high 35 points to Johnson Central in a 35-0 loss. But then things began to slowly turn around for the defense.
When I knew I was getting two of my starting defensive backs back from injury, I really thought then we could possibly be better defensively.
Once fully healthy, the Pirates steamrolled their way through the Class 3A playoffs, winning their first 4 games by an average of more than 34 points per game.
Even going back to last year, in the semis we played Bourbon County, finals played Wayne County. Both of those teams, they were coming in averaging 40, 45 points a game.
And then came the 3A state championship against Louisville Central, a team Belfry had never beat.
They're at the 32, high snap, and Norfleet comes down with a hit and sacked. You go ahead and say that was Raekwon Horton. Now he's running that way. He's got plenty of room to run. Fires it downfield, and it's picked off at the 21-yard line.
The Yellow Jackets entered the game averaging more than 250 yards of offense per game.
Norfleet rolls to the left. Looking, hit, sacked, Raekwon Horton again.
Yeah. But managed only 169 yards against Belfry.
But it's all about the players too, and we have very good players here. You can be the best coach in the world, but you got to have players, and we've got some good players, some guys that buy into our system, that come in and listen to their coaches and get better every week. And that's all you can ask for with our players.
What may be even more impressive is the 0 points allowed by the defense, making it 2 consecutive state championship games that the defense has held the opposing offense scoreless.
We really haven't thought about it, per se the 2 years we haven't given up a point, but it's really a great accomplishment for these two defenses. That says a lot about our kids.
The saying goes, offense wins games, but defense wins championships. The last 2 postseasons, Belfry has allowed just 7.2 points per game. The result? Back-to-back Class 3A state titles.
Yeah, it's something very special. It's something that we'll probably look back years to come and say, man, that was pretty good.
Coming up, we shift our focus to Class 5A and Pulaski County.
The Maroons' first ever state championship proved to be much bigger than just the program. One goal for the Pulaski County Maroons was to bring the first ever state football title back to the city of Somerset. Along with the other 2 schools in the city, the Maroons never won a football championship, but they have one now. Team 31 at Pulaski County comes home state football champs, a historical achievement.
It's awesome, going up with all these kids from Southwestern to Somerset through Pee-wees and middle school and stuff, It's just nice to know that we got something on them that they'll never be able to get on us having that first state championship.
That hadn't even crossed my mind. Is that true? How about that? Yeah, that is very nice to have.
Somerset fielded its first team pre-World War I, but remains winless in the state champion column. Southwestern fielded its first team in 1993. 22 teams later, it stays titleless as well.
It feels great to go out with the state championship and especially get the first one, for the school and everything. So it's a great feeling.
It feels great for a lot of reasons, but it is an awesome feeling. It's a feeling that not many people get in life, and just really blessed to have it right now.
A year removed from squandering a 14-0 lead in the state championship game demonstrated improvement. This time,
First and 10 from the 12. Here's Hall. Leaves it with his running back. Conwell. Touchdown, Pulaski County.
Pulaski did not let a 14-0 halftime lead affect the mindset.
I said, let's not make sure that don't happen again. So I was trying to stay focused on keeping our defense strong because I didn't want it, to happen have like what happened last year. Us just giving them the game. So. Yeah, I used last year's, a big learning experience this year, and, use it as a motivation thing for this team to finally get it.
Of the 12 coaches that led Team 31 to win the title, 9 played at Pulaski, a sweet touch to the victory.
So that's something really special that they played here and then came back and wanted to be a part of the program as a coach, and then are able to be around for the first state championship. That's got to be special to those guys.
Memorable moments for sure, guys.
Yeah, and everyone may have talked about the Maroons' high-powered offense, but you just heard from defensive coordinator Josh Roberts that in that piece, and that was a key factor to their success.
Yeah, look at some of these astonishing numbers put up by the Maroons this season. Through 15 games, they gave up an average of just less than 11 points per game. 3 shutouts, 35 sacks, 12 interceptions as a team. A fourth of those go to George Gregory himself. And then Mason Helton ends up being the leading tackler with 130. Ricky Maxey had 129. Josh, this was a team that prided itself off the Fire Ants.
Yeah, head coach John Hines shows his team an old defensive highlight film from a 1980 South Carolina team every season called the Fire Ants. And a lot of the time, this team looked like that. 121 tackles for loss on the season. And in the state title game, the Maroons held Graves County to less than 200 yards of total offense, even with the state's leading rusher in Cody Kreider.
The way, the style of play that they did, we truly try to emulate that, and it is. I think that the kids do understand that when we watch it. We're trying to get that across to them, and there were some Definitely some plays, even Friday, that looked a lot like the Fire Ants. You know, one of our coaches even mentioned looked like a kickoff coverage a couple of times.
Everybody on this team's a team player. We don't care about the individual stats. Like, this state championship's better than any single all-state player or something like that. You know, I mean, this means more to us and everybody else here than anything else.
I mean, we work, I know defensively, you know, we work on new stuff every week, you know, against teams, and they study film like I'm sure no other coaching staff does. And we work on stuff, you know, like I said, every week, new things to, you know, to be the best we can be. And Flatten will get on to us if we're doing something wrong. And so I would give them most of the credit, because, I mean, these players will be nothing but these coaches and what they do to us.
4 district titles, 3 region titles, and a Class A state runner-up.
Pulaski County head coach John Hines had unfinished business in Bowling Green this season.
Yeah, when I sat down with him to talk with him, it didn't matter that the safari hat got wet because he finally won his ultimate prize. 16 seasons, 192 games. The trophy is finally in John Hines' hands.
It's just been a great thrill, Jamie, for our football team, all of our players and coaches, for all of our school and our staff and our community, and everybody involved has just been in a buzz about it all.
The journey was long. His first winning record took 4 years, and when he had his most successful season in 2013, he watched his undefeated 14-0 squad seize a 2-touchdown lead and lose by 35 in the state title game. But he would not trade the roller coaster ride for the world.
I've just enjoyed it, enjoyed working with the players that we've had and the coaches that we've had through the program, and it's been a great thrill. With or without this trophy behind us, that just adds a little icing on the cake, I guess.
This season had its own chaos. Star quarterback Riley Hall missed 5.5 games with a broken collarbone. Jalen Conwell started the season as the third-string running back, but scored both touchdowns in Pulaski's 14-7 state title win.
Gives it up the middle to Conwell. Touchdown. He's taken 2 into the end zone, untouched, basically.
Coach has done great. Just keeping us calm and take it week by week and just done one game at a time. And Coach Hines made some smart moves by figuring out the offense after Riley went down. So we figured everything out and we've done great with it.
And I'm not sure our kids honestly realize at this point what they've accomplished. Down the road they will as they get older and grow up and look back on their high school career. It's going to mean a whole lot more to them probably than it does right now.
The motto of Team 31 was no limit. 7 seniors will graduate, everyone else returns. But Coach Hines laughs when you say repeat.
Haven't even thought about that one yet.
Something he does anticipate, Day 1, 2015 fall camp.
I'll tell you what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about Jeffersonville, Indiana, because they're rolling in here for the Don Marshall Bowl, and this team is serious good. So there ain't nothing else to think about but Jeffersonville, Indiana.
All right, up next, we look back at the remarkable season by the Williamsburg Yellow Jackets.
The team finishing just short of a perfect season and its first ever state championship. An absolute whirlwind of emotion in the Class A state title game, pregame nervousness, in-game excitement, and post-game heartbreak for the Williamsburg Yellow Jackets, but oh, what a game it was. 72 years it took the Yellow Jackets to find their way to the state title game. Now, with back-to-back appearances, the Orange and White walked into Bowling Green with some unfinished business to take care of. Bring home the trophy to Williamsburg. The Jackets found the end zone first. A 15-play, 78-yard touchdown drive consumed more than 7 minutes of clock, capped off by this Skylar Griffith touchdown run.
And here's Skylar Griffith, bootleg to the right. He's got some room, and he's to the 5, trying to get to the corner, cuts it, touchdown. Touchdown.
The just happy to be here Yellow Jackets of last year are long gone. Game on, Mayfield. The Jackets were deep in Cardinal territory on multiple occasions but could not come up with points. And they saw their 10-0 lead in the second quarter turn into an 8-point deficit heading into the fourth. Enter Corey Shelton. The senior caught 5 passes for 163 yards and a touchdown that will not leave the minds of Williamsburg fans anytime soon.
Tyler Griffith. He's got the receiver open, throws it, one-handed. Does he come out with it? Touchdown! What a catch! That's a highlight reel there by Shelton. Wow!
Living completely in the moment, Williamsburg made up the 2-point conversion play to Fred Massey on the fly and executed it.
Here's a little toss out there, and it's caught by Massey's going to walk in.
To perfection. Williamsburg had the Class A powerhouse of the West on the ropes heading in to extra time. We all know how it ends. The heartbreak is all still too real. Now nearly 75 years in the making, and the unfinished business remains. Until next year, Williamsburg.
Another high school football season in the books. 2 more state championships for the WYMT coverage area.
Yeah, big congrats to the Belfry Pirates and the Pulaski County Maroons for capping off memorable seasons with a championship, and to Williamsburg for making it back to Bowling Green for a second straight season.
We leave you with one more look at the sights and sounds of the 2014 football state championship games in Bowling Green.
Tyler Griffith. He's got the receiver open, throws it, one-handed. Does he come out with it? Touchdown! What a catch! That's a highlight reel there by Shelton. Wow!
But these kids played so hard. Just so proud of them. It's a great effort today. It's just one of those things. I mean, we're all sad, disappointed. It's the end like that. You're just deflated. I mean, it is what it is.
It's just an amazing thing. We've been beat by these guys 4 times. We finally got them. It's a great thing to go out my senior year this way.
And again, the give is to Hatfield. Breaks a tackle. Touchdown, Belfry.
Well, yeah, that goes through your mind. I said, this time it's us. This time it's us. You know, I said too many times it's gone the other way. So it was, you might say, in the cards for us.
Gives it up the middle to Conwell. Touchdown. He's taken 2 into the end zone.
Well, I don't know if the team set in yet or not. I guess it'll take a while, but the party won't die for a long time in Pulaski County, I'll tell you.